start off.
It's a good place to start off.
Yeah, it's been a major part of your career, for better or for worse. But is it something you've been trying to distance yourself from the whole image a lot of fans have from Loras Tyrell?
No, definitely not. I love Game of Thrones. I love the character. I love my experience on the show. And I mean, it's arguably one of the best TV series of all time. So I'm definitely not interested in distancing myself. I am interested in kind of exploring and expanding myself as it comes to like as an artist, as an actor, with different roles, with more nuance and more depth. That's definitely something that I'm looking for and seeking as a performance.
Yeah, you were in the show for 4 seasons, 5 seasons.
I think it was 5 or 6. Was it 6? Yeah, 6 seasons. Yeah.
It was a long period, but I mean, the character wasn't one of the major.
Right.
One of the main roles. So, and a lot that happens in the series differs from the source, from the books.
Sure.
What did you think about those changes?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't really have any judgment when it comes to what I understand that the show was massive, and there are so many aspects of characters that need to be focused on to tell a complete story, right? Whilst the story of Loras in the books is more nuanced and there's more of an arc and a trajectory, I just understood that like that's not the story that HBO was telling, and they couldn't possibly tell that because it's like they've got so many other characters to cover. And so I just was like, well, you do the best with what you're given, and that was so early on in my career. I was just so grateful to be working on a production at that scale and with people with that much creative integrity. Mm-hmm. So I really didn't think much about it. If Loras hadn't had died, how the character could have evolved post kind of what the Sparrows had done to him. And I think that would have been amazing and incredible and so nuanced and in depth. But that's just not the story that was being told. Mm-hmm. That's just part of your job as an actor. You tell the story that is being told, that is presented in front of you.
At the time, you guys had no idea how big this would become. I mean, the books were a thing, but the TV show was still not.
Yeah, no, totally. And I mean, I was on it from the first season, so I really got to see. And also now, it's really interesting to see the kind of the rise and then the kind of just the fade of something that becomes popular, and how cyclical it is. And there's something quite cool about being a part of something like that and understanding the trajectory of that.
It lives on with House of the Dragon
and
now.
Definitely it lives on. Yeah, definitely lives on in people's imaginations. Yeah. And yeah, it was just wonderful. It was just such a great collaboration of amazing artists in all different fields, and it's so rare to find that. It's so rare to find that. Everyone at the top of their game, working on incredible material that everyone is so proud and passionate about. It's very rare to find that. I was very lucky to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, I think you were really lucky to be part of Iron Fist too.
Sure.
I'd say.
Yeah.
And rumor has it, at least the internet tells us so, that there's maybe a new project being developed. It's in early stages with a female-led type of story.
Sure.
Is this something you're part of, or do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I'm going to actually transition to play Iron Fist.
Okay.
No, it's I have no idea. It's all just rumors right now. But personally, from a creative standpoint and as a fan of the characters in the show, I think it would be wonderful to see the mantle of the Iron Fist kind of expand, and at the end of the second season we see Colleen have the power, and I think it would be incredible to see her show up in something like Shang-Chi with the Iron Fist and continue to carry that mantle. I think that would be a really interesting place to take the character. But then I would love to see a continuation and development of Danny Rand as well. I think there's so much growth for that character, and I'm really interested to see who Danny Rand is without the power and on a street level. And we know how well the character works when he's paired with Luke Cage, so wouldn't it be awesome to see like Heroes for Hire form on a street level, and Danny without the power and learning how to become Danny without the fist, whilst the love of his life is off somewhere else with the fist, and then at some point in the MCU they eventually come back together and as changed people. And I just think it really gives me chills thinking about it, because it's such a wonderful scope of story and characterization to tell. I don't know if any of this is true. This is all just going on in my own brain, similar to how I kind of predicted the end of Game of Thrones. Like, if I was to have my predictions, or at least my creative hopes, that's what I would like to see as an audience member.
Yeah.
And obviously as an actor, I would love to continue to develop that character. And I think since that show ended 7 years ago now, 6 years ago, personally and as a performer, I've grown so much, and I'm sure Danny has grown so much as well. And I think I'm excited at the prospect of where we could continue to take the character. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let's just wait for the call.
Sure. Yeah. Let's wait for the call. Yeah.
So far, you've been part of, let's say, 3 major universes: Game of Thrones, Marvel, and Doctor Who.
Right.
Is Doctor Who something you would like to return to?
Doctor Who was amazing. I had such a great experience on that show. I worked with Matt Smith, and I worked with some of the older companions as well. And I just realized when I went onto that show what an amazing, long-spanning fandom it has. And to be a part of that, it was really wonderful. And I was welcomed with open arms. And sure, like, if there was the right character with the right creative people behind the show, I would love to do something in that universe again. Who-niverse.
Yeah.